I expected the position to fall within 30 minutes. To understand what the Germans were walking into, you have to understand what Hill 587 looked like in the pale grey light of that March morning. The ridge ran roughly north to south, rising to a crest that offered commanding views in 3 directions. The slope on the German approach side was steep enough that men climbing it were exposed in the worst possible way, stripped of cover and concealment, the human body left as the only thing between the enemy's aim and the earth below. The vegetation was sparse. Winter had reduced the hillside to rock and frozen soil and skeletal remnants. There were no fortifications in the traditional sense. What those 18 Americans had was a collection of fighting positions dug into the crest, an assortment of rifles and machine guns and grenades, a supply of ammunition that was not going to last forever, and each other. Their commander was Second Lieutenant Harold Jansen, 23 years old, from Lubbock, Texas. He had been a high school football player. He had never been to Europe before the war. By March of 1944, Harold Jansen was one of the most effective small-unit commanders in his regiment. His men would follow him anywhere. The German force arrayed against Hill 587 belonged to the 29th Panzer Grenadier Division. This was not a second-rate unit. The Panzer Grenadiers were the elite motorized infantry of the German army. Fast, aggressive, well-trained, experienced. Their commander, assigned to take the hill, was Captain Ernst Richter, a competent, aggressive officer accustomed to executing difficult assignments. Taking a lightly defended ridge from a handful of Americans did not strike him as a particularly difficult one. He planned accordingly. A direct assault, supported by mortar fire, with sufficient men to overwhelm whatever token resistance the Americans could offer. I expected the position to fall within 30 minutes. In my experience, a position held by fewer than 20 men, unsupported and under sustained attack, does not hold. This is not an opinion. This is a mathematical fact. These men did not behave